There's one food on earth that shrank carotid plaque by 36% in a clinical study. People in Japan have eaten it for more than 1,000 years, and in a randomized trial, it beat a statin easily 3-1. That's not slowing the disease, it's regression. The plaque coming back off the arterial wall. The food costs just $2 at any Japanese grocery store. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what it is, exactly how much you need, and exactly how to eat it. Okinawa is one of the 5 original blue zones, the regions with the longest, healthiest lives on Earth, and Japan has the highest concentration of people, over 100 of any large nation, nearly a population of 100,000 centenarians. Cardiologists have studied this for 40 years. Why are there so few heart attacks there? When Japanese populations moved abroad and adopted a Western diet, the genes did not change. The food did. And one fermented food sits on the Japanese breakfast table that nothing else on earth matches: natto. Natto is fermented soybeans, cooked beans inoculated with one bacterium, Bacillus subtilis natto. Over about 24 hours at body temperature, the bacterium colonizes the beans and leaves behind 3 remarkable compounds. The result is silky, stringy, savory, and full of active compounds. I'm going to tell you about these 3 compounds. Compound number 1, vitamin K2, in the MK form, which is long-acting, roughly 1,000 micrograms per 100 grams of natto. It's the single richest food source on the planet by an order of magnitude for vitamin K2. Your arterial wall makes a protein called matrix GLA, I call GLAB protein. It's the most powerful inhibitor of calcification in your arteries that your body owns, and its job is to grab loose calcium and keep it out of the arterial walls and soft tissue walls. That protein's born inactive. It has to be switched on, and the switch is vitamin K. The MK7 in natto is the most effective form your arteries can use. Without enough, the calcium that belongs in your bones drifts into your arteries and hardens. With enough matrix GLAB protein activated, that holds the calcium back, depositing it into the bones. This isn't just theory. In a 3-year randomized trial in postmenopausal women out of Maastricht, 180 micrograms of MK7 a day measurably reduced arterial stiffness, most of all in those who started the stiffest arteries. And the Rotterdam study followed almost 5,000 people. The highest K2 eaters had less aortic, that's the big vessel coming off the heart, calcification, and significantly fewer fatal heart attacks. K2 does not just slow the arterial hardening, that's the calcification, it bends the curve back toward flexible younger arteries. Compound number 2, spermidine. This is a polyamine that triggers autophagy. Autophagy is the cellular cleanup process Yoshinori Osumi won the 2016 Nobel Prize for describing it. Natto is one of the richest dietary sources of this. In an Austrian population study, the brunette cohort linked higher dietary spermidine to lower blood pressure, fewer cardiovascular events, and longer life. Compound 3, the one we will build the rest of this video on, nattokinase. This is an enzyme so unusual that for decades cardiologists didn't know about it. Then the dose finally got high enough to matter. So nattokinase is a serine protease that breaks down protein. It does one thing extraordinarily well. It dissolves fibrin. Fibrin is that mesh network that holds a clot together, and it also builds up inside atherosclerotic plaque as the lesion grows. Nattokinase breaks it down. Now pause the video right here. Before I show you the trials, answer one question. Most nattokinase supplements sell a dose of about 2,000 units. Do you think that's enough to actually shrink plaque? Yes or no? Answer now. Take 10 seconds. I'll wait. Locked it in? Good. Hold that answer because the trials give a brutally clear verdict. Now back to the video. So 3 doses have been studied, and the gap between them is the whole story. 3,600 fibrinolytic units a day. Nothing happens. No meaningful change in plaque or lipids. The study authors went further and challenged a standard recommended dose of 2,000 units a day as simply too low to matter. 6,000 units a day. This is the randomized trial. 82 patients, 26 weeks, Sun Yat-sen University. Carotid plaque shrank from 0.25 to 0.16 square centimeters. This is a 36.6% reduction. The statin trial managed 11.5%. The enzyme beat simvastatin by a factor of 3. Then there's a study with the 10,800 fibrolytic units a day. The largest look at a study of 1,062 people over 12 months with significant reductions in carotid wall thickness and plaque size, and improvement rates from 66 to 95%. But this large study was a retrospective study, meaning looking back, but not a randomized one. So read it as a powerful signal, not final proof. And co-administering 180 micrograms of vitamin K2 amplified the effect, the same K2 that is already inside the bean. So the pattern is very clean. Below threshold, nothing happens. Above threshold, regression starts. Here's what almost no one tells you. The carotid is the lead indicator. Why? Fatty streaks can appear in the coronary, that's the heart arteries, as early as the teens. Carotid plaque in the neck tends to form later, in the 30s. It's the same disease, different arterial blood vessel beds, different clocks. So when the carotid responds, it's the strongest signal we have that the coronary arteries in the heart are also responding. They just take longer to show it because the plaque in the heart is older and more calcified. The carotid is the early warning system. It's also the early healing system. Now, are there other enzymes that do what nattokinase does? Yes, 3 worth knowing. Serrapeptase from the silkworm cleans fibrin in the same way and inflammatory debris. The mechanism is real, but the human plaque data and the experiments limited. Lumbrokinase from the earthworm is by laboratory measures, gram for gram, far more potent than nattokinase as a fibrinolytic. Again, the human plaque data is still thin, and the newest algikinase is plant-based, soy-free, and emerging vegan option. The biology is promising, but the human evidence is still early. For now, nattokinase has the strongest human plaque data of any of them. That's why it leads. Vitamin K2 holds calcium out of the wall. Spermidine triggers the cellular cleanup, autophagy. Nattokinase dissolves a fibrin. You will not find that trinity in a single pill or anywhere on a pharmacy shelf. It exists, fully assembled in one humble fermented bean, natto. That is what the word superfood was always supposed to mean. So here's exactly what you should do. Eat natto daily. 2 to 3 tablespoons give you the richest vitamin K2 in the food world, a real dose of spermidine, and a foundation of nattokinase. A serving of natto, 2 to 3 tablespoons, delivers only around 2,000 fibrinolytic units. Plaque studies use 6,000 to nearly 11,000. So if your goal is regression, you reach that dose with a high-quality nattokinase supplement on top of the food. Pair it with the vitamin K2, but you get enough just from eating the bean. Every study that combined them saw more. Move your body. Regular exercise amplified the enzyme in the data, and it will amplify it in you. Measure your carotid ultrasound and a calcium score to give you your starting baseline. What gets measured gets reversed. And here's how I make it taste incredible. I've been experimenting for a year. Most people find it hard to eat natto, get used to it. I put 2 to 3 tablespoons of natto, I chop garlics, and I mix it together. I add a splash of balsamic vinegar with it. I spread that on toasted ancient grain sourdough bread. That silky, stringy texture comes from the very fermentation that creates the nattokinase in the K2. The flavor is a signature of the active compounds being there. Natto is an acquired taste. Like wine, like olives, like good aged cheese. Your palate adapts faster than you expect, and most people who give it a real chance come to genuinely love it. I did, and every bite now tells me it's helping me reverse my heart disease. I reversed my own carotid plaque in just 3 months using this kind of diet, high intensity exercise, and a fasting protocol. And these exact protocols I will walk you through video by video on this channel. Before you go, I want to hear from you. Have you eaten natto before? And have you ever heard of it before today? And if you do eat it, how do you eat it? How long did it take you to get used to it? Your tip might be the thing that helps someone else stick with it. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. These videos save lives. Tag me, like, subscribe, and ask your questions below. Click one of these videos and share it with someone you love. Together, we will save lives. For my up-to-date learnings and more, visit me at ham.com.